Hello, everybody. Welcome to Echo Underground. I'm Shanique.
This is Mike.
And on this podcast, we talk about music, movies, TV shows, and any other interesting topic. Today's episode is going to be about the new album by Chris Brown called Heartbreak on the Moon.
Full moon.
Is it full moon or on the moon?
On the full moon.
Bruh, no, it's not.
She's Googling right now. Give her a second to be wrong real quick.
Yo, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Alright, I'm wrong. Yo, shut up.
Great intro, guys. Great intro. That's what we do here.
Okay, anyway,
top-notch intros, no mistakes.
Fine.
First try only.
Fine.
Moving forward.
I'm trying to, but you won't let me. I'm trying. See this guy. Alright. Anyway, this episode is going to be about Heartbreak on a full moon. And here's my view on this album. I'm going to give it a solid C, to be honest. Here's my thing. I think he had a lot of great ideas, but how he executed, I wasn't the biggest fan of. A lot of his songs sound the same. I could have cut out a lot of these songs, actually. Normally, yes, the album is really long. It's 45 songs. So it's about 2 hours and 40 minutes to listen to it straight. But I don't mind long albums like this if all the songs are album worthy. And I just felt in this case it wasn't the case. There were songs I was like, you could have probably blended this with another song, or it shouldn't have been on the album, maybe a limited edition type deal. But I didn't think all the songs on this album should have been on there. I even have an idea what makes this album, which songs I would cut. But overall, I just thought he had a lot of good ideas. I liked his voice. I like some of the risk he took with the different beats he used. And some of his features I appreciated. But overall, I just think he tried something new, but he didn't execute it the way it should have been, in my opinion. But what do you think, Michael?
Now, if this was a super deluxe special edition type of album here with 45 songs on it, I'd completely understand. But this is a regular 2-disc album, which is kind of forgiving, I guess. Because if it was album 1 and album 2, sure, it makes more sense. Just 22 a piece, respectively. But that wasn't the case here. I'm not. Full disclaimer, I'm not a full Chris Brown fan. I haven't listened to him since early debut days, when all the girls in middle school were swooning over him.
Excuse me, Miss basically Chris Brown. That's basically the one.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not even saying that's the one I like, but that's what I'm used to pretty much. I haven't done any kind of keeping up with him unless he's on some song on the radio that's been overkilled, or he's a good feature on what's the name? When he do a Busta Rhymes? I was in it for the song for Busta Rhymes though.
But that's his song, and that's
yeah, I know, but I was there for Busta Rhymes though. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know, but you said features.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was confused.
My bad. Okay, but yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about.
I thought you were gonna say that song with Omarion. Supposed to be.
No, not even no. You know, I'm not going to co-sign on any of that. Anyway, but yeah, the album. I thought I thought I was gonna give it a lower grade than Shanique was. I'm actually gonna give it a higher grade than that. Slightly higher, but higher nonetheless. I give it a B minus. One. For one of the things that Shanique said to me before, and one of the problems I knew I was going to have coming into this album with 45 songs, I was going to run into repetitiveness. Don't get me wrong, if a formula ain't broke, you don't fix it. And he did try some new things here and there, but the majority of the album was the Chris Brown you knew. A lot of the songs were just him talking about how good he is at sex or some shit, talking about some side chick he has, and a lot of them are good flirtatious club songs and whatnot. But that's probably as good as it gets outside of the top. Oh, I guess we got to explain that now too. But yeah, my official grade is a B minus for this album. By the way, if I didn't say it yet.
Yeah, he liked it more than I did. So here's the thing. So since this album's so damn long, we're gonna do a top 5 instead of a top 3 because I feel like we probably will miss some things out. It's crazy. We can do a top 10 and still only cover half the album. If we all had different top 10s.
Yep.
No, but we only want to do a top 5. So, I guess we should get into it. What's my top? My number 5 is Privacy. And for me, Privacy was, I like the way he sound. I like the start. I thought it was a good intro to the song. And then he did like a beat drop. Even though he had some sus ass lyrics. I shouldn't say sus. Little bit team too much. Like if I wasn't in the mood to hear these lyrics, I'd be like, bruh, what is this? I think I wrote it down. One was you don't have to shower, you already wet. Now I understand what that means. But it caught my attention for the wrong reason. Because it's not like he's R. Kelly, who says some sus things in his songs, but he makes it sound so good you don't even notice until you're like singing out loud to yourself. I noticed this shit immediately. But it's still like one of the best. I think the arrangement of the song is pretty good. The beat's good. His singing's good. So yeah, I love Privacy. What do you think of Privacy?
Here's my thing. I feel like it goes good in like a freaky playlist or something like that to, like, you know, get things like hot and heavy and whatnot. But as a song to listen standalone, it's not my thing, only because, like, and I know this is Chris Brown's thing, but like this happens a lot on the album, so you might hear me say this potentially 45 times, but I'm gonna try to control myself. But one thing about the song is it like does not leave anything to the imagination. It literally spells everything out, and like if he did that here and there, I could get it, because, like, you know, it's R&B, it's what Chris Brown does. I understand that, but like this one is just like, man, I feel like I'm in a room watching you have sex, Chris, and I don't really want to do that. Like, I don't know, there were just no songs, a story about what's happening in the bedroom, and that's kind of where my head was. And I'm gonna fall back on that little thing right there, so I don't like extend this podcast any longer than it needs to be, because me saying this 40 more times is not gonna be a fun podcast.
So what, you want it like old school where you just guess what it means?
Guess what? I mean, I don't have to guess, but like, you know, you don't have to spell everything out. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this is my opinion here. So
no, I'm just asking. I'm not hating on it. I'm asking questions.
Yeah, that's my answer. I don't like things. I like R&B when things get hot and heavy and freaky and shit. But like, this is just like, why do I have to know everything in here? Like, it's unless I start dissecting lyrics, which is not going to be hard for this song. You're not really going to get the full idea of it. But tell you what, go through this album yourself and listen to Privacy, and you'll see what I mean. Or just listen to the album in general. You'll find a couple more like that.
I think it's funny because I think this album's a mix of either freaky songs, which the way his arrangement, I'm really gonna be honest, and I'm what? I don't care. I wouldn't, because if I he's making a face over here. What? I'm really being honest. No,
that's fine. I hear you. I mean, the listeners probably have a similar opinion, so it's fine.
He's side-eyeing me.
Number 4. So where are we at? My number 5 now?
Yes. What is your number 5?
Okay. It's kind of hard to put my number 5 in the legitimate order for me, but I know my number 1 is, and that's the most important one. So I'm going to give my number 5 to Lost and Found, actually, the very intro song to this album. I thought this was a really good song. Like, it does not. It's weird for this song right here. It actually does not spell out the actual pattern of like the album. Because I know I just talked a lot of shit on Privacy, which, you know, don't get me wrong. There's another one on my list that's overly freaky, but like it's not distasteful in my opinion. Which I know, you know, I have weird gray lines, guys. There's no way to dissect my brain and figure out like a legit like, you know, formula for what I'm liking and not liking. But Lost and Found was cool. It was a good opener. It sounded good. And my thing about this one is the beat was so minimalist. Like, there was just like so little of it happening. There's like some kind of like beeping noise in the background, or like a piano. No, I'm sorry, it was a piano. I'm not beeping. It was like a light piano sound for like the main part of the intro, except for like certain parts where like I think like there was some bass in the background that kicked it up a little bit. But it was like hella cool. Like, it sounded like a smooth ass Chris Brown, yo. Like, there's a lot of even though I said it's on B Minor's album, like there's a lot of very good single worthy songs on this album.
Yeah,
and I feel like this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, I mean,
is it one of them? I actually did not look up if Lost and Found was a single on this.
I don't think it is.
Okay, good. Okay, all right, cool. But single worthy in my opinion, anyway.
It probably could be. Everything sounds the same. But my number 4.
You're calling me out on shade. What do you think about Lost and Found, by the way?
See, number 5's my number 1, so that's why I didn't say it.
Yeah. No way! Yeah. I saw you nod when I said it, and I was like, oh, it's probably on her top 5 somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's fine. We'll go back to it.
No, yeah, fine. That's fine.
Number 4 for me is, oddly enough, the 3rd song on the album, which is R. Kelly. Yes, it is. I love that song.
Don't say that. No.
He's laughing because that has a funny title. It's called Juicy Booty featuring. I can't consider this podcast with you laughing, son.
I'm done.
Jhené Aiko and R. Kelly. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Jhené Aiko because I don't like her voice. No shade to her. Maybe if I listened to one of her albums, I would appreciate her more. I thought it had a funky beat. I like that they use the same beat that Biggie used for Juicy. I thought that was a good throwback, even though it's not his beat. It's like from an old school song. I have it. I just can't remember the time. I think the original song is called Juicy, but I don't remember the artist. It would be more trashy if not for the beat. If I'm really being honest, if they use like a different beat, you'd be like, what the hell is this song? And for me, I thought it was a fun song, and Chris Brown and R. Kelly sounded fine, and they probably did the song without the female in it, but hey, it'd be like that sometimes. But I enjoyed the song enough that I was like, okay. It had me singing it. It's really funny to sing, though.
You see, that's my biggest positive of the song. It's fun sounding. But when you take your time to like listen to the lyrics and find out what's going on.
Don't listen to the lyrics. Just listen to the song.
That's what they're doing. They're producing music with lyrics. They sing. And it's like, I mean, I have the problem with Jhené Aiko. I actually thought she's probably one of my favorite parts of the song too, actually. Because I actually don't mind her at all. But like, the song is fun sounding. Like, it sounds like a weird, it has a lot of funk behind it. And it's an interesting, like, you know, combo of things happening in that song. But I thought it was cool. The lyrics and chorus were dope. I mean, not dope, but the chorus was dope and the sound was dope. But like, the lyrics are like the only thing that makes you like raise an eyebrow once in a while. And it's like,
you backtrack.
It doesn't take you all the way out. You're right, I did backtrack. I'll get my sentence wrong. I'm talking too fast. You know I do that. Come on now. Anyways, the song actually made you like raise your eyebrow here and there. But like when you get down to it, yo, it's one of them songs you can sing and know it's corny and still have fun with. Like the same way people like sing like some Weird Al songs or you know, some of the old like weird Eminem songs or songs or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you know it's corny, but it sounds good in your head, so you'll sing it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Don't think about lyrics. Just listen to it. What's your number 4?
My number 4. Let's see here what I got. Nope, that's my number 1. And my number 4 is I'm giving it to Emotions actually.
Oh, I forgot all about that song.
Yeah, it's on it's close to the end actually, and I thought Emotions was pretty interesting because it's
really close to the end.
Yeah, like one of the patterns I have with Chris Brown is the smoother he sings on the song, the more I'm gonna like it. And it wasn't so much, sex heavy as it was like, you know, why
really.
I mean, it was, but like it's more based around another theme about like, yo, why you playing with me? Like he's explaining, you know, sex, but like it's underlying tone instead of being like this, like on privacy's level where it's like, yo.
Really? Because I got a lyric from that song that will change your opinion.
I'm interested to hear that, and that's fine. But as long as it's not the main part of the song, is my thing. Like, don't worry. This whole freaking album, 45 songs straight of sus lyrics. You can't escape that shit. You can pick out whatever lyrics you want to, but like Emotions, I thought it was as far as his performance go on the song, I don't mind it at all, yo. It's just pretty much a song about, yo, why you playing with my emotions, dog? And, you know, it's Chris Brown, so of course, on a 45-song album, I can pick out like 3 other songs similar to it, but it's just my favorite of the type right there. Go ahead. What lyric did you hear? Okay,
fine. Best part about Emotions for me was the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
The verses, nah. But it was an okay song. Now, I wrote down... So basically, he says, I don't know who's making you come while you playing with my emotions.
Yeah.
That is very direct. Mm-hmm. That's not even like...
Yeah, it's pretty much why you cheating, Rich. What's going on?
Why she gotta be a bitch, though? Why we calling females out of their names?
Yeah, because she's cheating. That's what... Cheating. I hate cheating.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, yeah, that is a sus song. But I agree. I think it's one of the better songs on the album. Alright, we're on number 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had that one out. Oh, I know what it is. Mine is Bite My Tongue.
Okay.
And I think that was like in the 30s. So it was like on the second half of the album. And I love the song. I love the feel of the song. It was a very sweet song, you know. He was like, I'll kill for you, girl. I don't know if I want a guy to say that to me, but the way he said it, it was very, very sweet. Hey, I mean, it's the way he sang it. It's like, you know, it reminded me of that interview with Jamie Foxx on Grant Norton when he was singing his lyrics to Storm. Dirty ass song. But when Jamie Foxx sing it, it's like, oh.
Okay, he wasn't saying he was gonna kill nobody on that song, though.
He said he would kill for her, not I'll kill a nigga. There's a difference.
It mean the same goddamn thing. Whatever, though. Oh,
he
my
said,
God.
I would die for you. I would kill for you. He ride or die. Bite my tongue. Number 3.
Yep.
What's your number 3? And what do you think of Bite My Tongue?
Bite My Tongue, I thought, see, my next song's actually the one, I'm gonna get to it in a second, but I thought it was actually a really good sounding song, because it sounded like it went for a slight R&B mix and pop hit, because like, I was getting a lot of vibes out of it that I did like, because Bite My Tongue was one of my ones that were like very tall before me. Actually, I did not mind at all. He sounded good on it. I actually don't really have too much of a problem with this song, to be honest. It went pretty well. Because the song that came before, which is my number 3, I'll just segue right into it, was oh shoot, I forgot the name of the song now.
You're Down?
Huh?
If You're Down?
If You're Down, right. That one I thought was an interesting it's similar to Bite My Tongue because like it was weirdly up-tempo pop-ish. I'm probably using the wrong genre to describe this, but like it was away from, it was more outside of R&B and more into something else where like he got to upgrade the tempo a little bit, which I thought was kind of interesting to me. It was definitely the typical Chris Brown, you know, type of performance here as far as like lyrics go, but it was okay because I was distracted enough by excuse me, bit my tongue. But I was but it wasn't so distracting that you know, it made me dislike the song. So that's I Feel Down is pretty cool. Interesting amount of pop on it for me. That's been my biggest hit.
If You're Down, I don't really care for that song. It's just okay to me, which Michael knows. If I say it's okay, it's like, I don't really give it
pretty much. Her okays means I guess.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's just in the middle for me.
I feel you.
It did have a nice beat though, and I think I can say that about like every song on this album. It has a really nice beat. Okay, so hey, nigga,
not every song. Don't give this man all this credit he don't need. Whatever.
He produced these beats. Let's get serious.
Fine. I'm talking about whoever was with him. He signed off on all this shit. Whatever. I'm talking shit about Chris now. I'm just getting some shit off my chest. Let's go.
Okay. My number two is This Way, which is right after. It's like pretty close to Bite My Tongue. It's definitely a party song, 100%. It's catchy, it's fun, and I thought it was well produced, well arranged, and I like Chris' voice on it. What do you think of This Way?
This Way was interesting because it had like Chris was doing this song, this thing on like maybe 3 songs on this album, where like he had like some weird like fake Chris Brown patois going on. But it was okay though. Like I didn't mind it. It was it wasn't the whole song. Like I think he said it for like one line inside the entire thing, which wasn't bad.
Hating on his Caribbean accent.
But yeah, kind of. It's about this, and this one was about like a girl who like made him the way he is. Which
that sounds like some fuckboy logic, but whatever.
That's really what I listened to the song. You know, like there's. He's
like, it's your fault this way.
What Chris is saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, it is fuckboy logic, but you know, it's Chris Brown we're talking about. I think he's far beyond repair at this point. So.
Yo, the shade. Chris Brown fans, don't come after him. Actually, do leave some comments and.
Yeah, don't forget to find us on Twitter so you can talk shit about my opinion.
I don't know.
I did like This Way. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is actually, you know what? This is worthy of being on my top 5 too. I had so many options on this one. A lot of options I didn't want, but a lot of options I did want though. Because 45 songs, odds are you're gonna like more than 5 of them very much. So you know, especially Chris Brown. If you're a Chris Brown fan, you're right at home here. Yeah,
it depends on which version of Chris Brown you're a fan of, though.
Yeah,
it really does. But like Chris Brown now, sure. Chris Brown back in the day, probably not.
Right.
Well, since you know Michael spoiled my number 1,
number 2, girl. I got my number 2 ready.
I already did my number 2.
My number 2, silly.
What's your number 2?
No, we're not gonna skip over that like he wasn't wrong. My number 2 actually goes to Yellow Tape, which I did not mind. My one gripe with the song, which for some reason it was so not bad that I still put it in my top 5. was that the auto-tune was definitely not the best in the song, but everything else dragged me back in. Like the sound of the song was pretty good, the pace and tempo was pretty good, and the sound all around was pretty dope too. It's definitely one of the other like weird Chris Brown topics where it's like putting yellow tape around this because this is like a scene where some shit's about to go down essentially. But you know, I'll give Chris Brown the benefit of the not the doubt, but like the performance, I guess, because it was enough that I still liked it enough to be in my top 5. So yeah.
Oh, and guys, you know, drink how many times we say Chris Brown, and then see how long.
Yeah, Chris Brown. You're all dead now.
Dang. Anyway, Yellow Tape. Honestly, I hated that song. I don't care for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even. I don't like it to the point where I can't even say it's okay. It just no to that. I didn't. The auto tune is what killed it for me.
Yeah.
It literally. If he would have sang this normally, I would have been fine with it, even with the sus lyrics. I would have been like, okay. But the auto tune was overkill, and it sounded like the previous song before, and so I was like, bruh, no. But I think this was at the part of the album where I was just like struggling to finish. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think this is like number 40 or something like that. Where was this? I think.
Yeah, I was tired.
Number 39 or 38. It was definitely toward the end. Yeah,
it was rough towards the end for me, at least. Actually, probably from like 15 to 45. There were like sparks where I'm like, yeah, and then there was a lot of times I'm like, nah.
Long drawn out sessions where it's like, yo, this album's still going. Go ahead, the number 1.
Can you guess?
Surprise us.
Well, there's no need to make him guess because they already know. Mine is Lost and Found. I think the first song on this album is the best song on this album. It was. I liked the beat. It was catchy. It had auto tune, but it was tasteful. Mm-hmm. And I liked the way he sounded on the track, and I wouldn't change anything about it. If he would have kind of like kept this type of mentality and like took a little more risk with some of the other tracks, then I'd be fine. Okay.
See, my main thing before even going, cause I know I talked about Lost and Found, but one of the things I'm scared of with this being like a number 1 is that it's the first song on the album. That means downhill from there, you know. And I hate when like albums come out and like, their best song is the first one. Like, no, you need to pad the rest of the album with something else that keeps me interested. Like, I'm just on my way down at this point with like slight bumps to keep me up. But like this,
yeah, that's usually how it
hurts,
works,
man. Yeah,
it's usually how it works.
I mean, it's good to like get you latched onto an album to like continue the album, but it's kind of productive if it's the first song, because then you never find a song like that again.
Well, I think the mentality is that all the songs are good. Yeah,
of course, yeah, on there, and definitely, yeah.
I would hope he thought all the songs were good.
Yeah, I know. This is subjective to Mike here, so you know what? That's kind of where I'm at for real.
Okay. Oh man, I don't even know what the hell your number 1 could be.
I'm about to say you have a 1 in 40 something chance to get this right.
Okay, I know which ones I know you definitely would hate.
Oh, we're about to get to those.
Oh no, yeah. I hated a lot of these, so I don't know. Grass Ain't Greener.
It's a good option. Very, very good option, actually. And it was on my top 5 for a while, so I did some redeliberating. Because I technically went through the album 1.5 times. It's a long story, but Grass Ain't Greener, it not my number 1. My number 1 is actually with the features Dej Loaf and Lil Yachty, oddly enough, but I wasn't there for him. I was there for.
I hate that song.
Handle it? Handle it?
Yeah, I wrote in my notes. I cannot handle the song. I really cannot.
See, you can't handle it. You can't handle me.
No, I can't. I hate that song. Keep going.
I ended up liking this song. Dej actually sounded pretty dope on this one,
did.
And Chris was good too. But I think what the problem was for me, even though it was my favorite song, is that they had to pad for Yachty for me because he didn't need to be there. That's my real thing.
Okay.
What's that face? But yeah, Yachty didn't need to be there. Like, granted, his part wasn't very long or expounded on. Like, I think Dej. I'm glad that she was on the chorus because that means I got to hear a majority of Dej. But Chris Brown didn't sound that bad either, to be honest. It's, a song about, hey, can you handle this? Can you handle me? Yada yada yada, typical R&B stuff. But it sounded good.
Why you keep shading R&B over here?
Oh my god. No, I'm not.
Oh my god. Yes, you are.
I'm shading Chris Brown's R&B. This is targeted for shading right now.
Okay. But Handle It, garbage. I'm sorry. I can't.
Roll credits. We're done here.
No, I shouldn't say garbage. I'm never gonna call an song garbage. It did nothing for me. I didn't like Dej Loaf. I didn't like Lil Yachty. I only liked Chris Brown, and even then I was like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I just could not. I could not handle the song.
This is gonna be the most polarizing podcast that we ever had, but that's fine though, because it's 45 fucking songs. What you expect?
There's just too much fucking auto-tune, man. I could not deal with it. And I'm okay. Like, most of the time, I can handle auto-tune better than Michael, but not on that song. Not on that song. Alright, let's start from the beginning. Questions. Now, what I thought of Questions. I thought Questions was a fun song. I know that he basically took a little bit from Kevin Little's Turning Me On. Is it Turning Me On?
Turn Me On.
Turn Me On, yeah. It was... It makes you want to dance. This is first time the infamous Caribbean accent by Chris Brown appeared.
His first debut on this album, right?
I think Questions is actually a single. And I remember when I saw the video for it, I was like, oh, okay. But actually listen to the song, I fucked with Question. I liked it. What do you think of Questions?
Yeah, Questions was actually pretty good too. I do like the mix of Turn Me On in this one as well. I mean, it's not going to replace Turn Me On for me, but I feel like not. Chris did a good enough job with it. His little what do I call this? A sample, I guess. The sample on it, or what do I call this? You know the definitions, but then I did. But yeah,
I think it would be more of a cover because he's actually singing the lyrics.
Okay. Well, it was still his lyrics. It wasn't like the Turn Me On lyrics.
No, but a
couple would be him singing it word for word.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not a sample. Would be that he used Kevin's voice. He didn't use Kevin's voice.
Oh, true. Okay, I guess you're right. Well, all right, fine. Y'all just say the influence of "Turn Me On" the song. I feel like he did a really good job with it. Chris Brown's version, good enough to listen to me. I actually don't mind if I end up hearing this somewhere. Okay, y'all have decent enough taste to pick the good songs out of the Heartbreak on a Full Moon album. Good for you guys.
Okay.
On to the next one.
Maybe the right term is like he remixed his song.
Yeah, that was my next option too. But
yeah. All right, next one, Heartbreak on a Full Moon. Title song. It sounded really nice. Interesting beat. What I thought the song was going to be about and what it actually about. Okay. It was very unexpected for the topic, and I did like the twist in it. Other than that, it's one of the better songs on the album.
Definitely.
I definitely would have.
I will mention this one.
Yeah, I think that this song deserved to be on this album. At least for me, the first 5 songs all should have been on this album. Well, I might say which ones I want out.
Juicy Booty a little sus for me, but that's fine.
You hating on my song.
It's still fun enough.
Yo, hating. Okay, what do you think of Heartbreak on a Full Moon?
It's another really good one. It was like solid and soulful for real. Like it was just smooth all the way through, which is like my favorite part of Chris's singing. When he's not trying to like go the auto-tune route, he's not trying to go the overly descriptive route. It's actually like a decent story here, and I dug it. Like the music behind it and the actual like delivery was excellent. No problem with this. Title song, y'all know me. Yeah, I'll go to the least easiest on this one. I think this one is definitely worth taking a listen to.
Okay, I agree with you on that. Now the first song I would cut is Roses.
Yep.
That song got to go. I would not even put this on here. Gotta go. I don't like this song. It was pretty lame. Like I didn't get anything from this song other than okay. Like this could have been like I don't know, on a deluxe version of the album. Even then, I might not even have just put this song. This is in the back burner. Maybe I might put it on another album. But I didn't think it fit, and it wasn't that great of a song. But that's just me. What do you think of Roses?
I know I'm going to set a pattern here, but Chris Brown got descriptive again. Like I don't know if I was just listening to the wrong lyrics here, and I wish I wrote them down too. But like when I went to the song twice because I'm not telling you guys I went to it 1.5 times. One time fully, and the next time I went to like half the album. But I'm pretty sure this song's about him wanting raw sex. And then he spelled the rest of it out. That's essentially the gist of the song there. So yeah, it's one of them songs that go into that category of Chris wants to spell all this dirty shit out. So it's like, fuck it.
Who would go near Chris Brown like that?
People, listen, that's clearly.
I mean, he has a child.
Enough people for him to want to make a whole album about it because he spent 45 songs singing mostly about his dick. So you know what? Fine, that's kind of his thing.
That dude's crazy now, but well, hey. Allegedly, he's still cute. I think he's cuter without the tattoo stuff.
Can't relate. I can't relate to this question right here.
Okay. I would also cut Confidence, which is the next song. I like the Caribbean influence of the
Same.
song.
Oh man, we had the same comment. Yeah.
But it's forgettable. Out of a long album, this is one of the most forgettable songs. I'm not saying something because I thought a lot of these songs were forgettable, but I like the island influence, but it's just a forgettable song for me. What about you?
The only thing that makes it memorable to me is the fact that it did have the island beat in it. Because when I listened to it twice, like I said, this song's about him. Can you guess? It's pretty much about the girl having the confidence to keep being a side chick on the DL. Like,
Sus.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's pretty much just enjoying the fact that just keep this quiet and have some confidence in yourself. And there's some weird 50 Shades of Grey shit going on in this. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I hate dissecting certain R&B albums because then you find some weird shit in there.
Hey, that's not when you listen to the words.
No. I mean, not all R&B albums, but specifically Chris Brown albums. Because one thing I'll give him is creative with his lyrics. The only problem is his topic never changes for what he gets creative with. Like he sticks like a certain pool of things, which is technically
it's how
R&B.
you sing it.
Yeah, I know, but it's the how which I have a problem with.
Yeah, he doesn't. He sings every type of dirty lyric the same. If he was more creative, then you wouldn't really notice.
I want someone to break that formula and just go outside of that realm of this pool of topics for R&B, and let's be let's not talk about this girl's pussy the whole time.
I mean, music in general only have a couple topics.
That's fair.
You talk about the world, you talk about love, and then you talk about being poor. What else do you talk about?
There's plenty to talk about, Shanique.
That doesn't fit in any of those categories?
It can. That's putting a very vague cap on it. We're not going to turn into that podcast, though, Shanique. Come on. So it's going to be a long podcast, yo. Come on. You need to go to the next one.
Yo, he's hating on this album. You gave it a B-. I would keep the next song, Rock Your Body.
Yeah.
It was catchy. It was fun. I like the way he sang the song. What the fuck is that? And it's very danceable.
Oh.
A little bit explicit, though. But other than that, I don't care. What about you?
Similar feelings about this one. More flirtatious music for to dance to. It's kind of the thing that kind of influences girls to go grinding up on you in the club or some shit. But it's listenable as well. Outside of that setting, the lyrics, like Shanique said, they get a little Chris Brownish in certain spots, but what do you expect? I think the delivery saved it from me hating on it anymore. So there's that.
Yeah, I agree. He delivered it pretty well. I will also keep the next one, Tempo.
Mm-hmm.
It was catchy. I mean, it got a little bit repetitive, but again, his delivery kind of saved the song for me. And again, it's another song that's perfect for, dancing.
This song I'm sorry, you done?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this song just missed it for me for keeping it on the album. I actually would cut this one only because it's technically just talking about the tempo of the speed of sex. And you spent 4 minutes singing that to me. It's don't get me wrong, the song sounded good, but at some point you're gonna hear the words in the song and you're gonna realize the chorus actually was my favorite part of the song.
I agree.
I actually appreciate the verses a lot more on this one, which is a rarity for me to say on this podcast. Go ahead and find any other podcast how many times I say the opposite of this. Because this is actually, I think he did a good job with that much. But, content wise, as far as the lyrics, if y'all like the Chris Brown dirty lyrics, you're right at home here. You came to the right place.
Dang, that's so much shit.
But I know it's good for him. If you're a Chris Brown fan, you're gonna like what he's done so far. If you like anything he's done so far in all his other albums, you'll probably like Tempo and probably the majority of this album. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with this.
Okay, next song. Oh, we talked about Handle It, but I would cut that shit anyway.
That's my number one. That's fine.
Next one is Sip. I would cut this song too.
Oh yeah.
It's just okay. I have nothing. There's nothing unique about it. I can't really think of anything that made this song memorable for me. It's not a bad song. It's just forgettable as a song in general. This is the type of song you just hear in a random place on an album somewhere. It shouldn't have been this one though. I would take out Sip.
Yeah, Sip was definitely padding for me. It's pretty much talking about how good he was, and that's essentially it. I just told you the whole song. You can skip it now. Everybody knows. Everyone knows.
I would cut this one too.
I actually wouldn't for this one. Okay, well, go ahead.
I literally heard it and then I forgot what it was about. It was It was just over. I could not care less about the song. But again, it's not his singing. It's not. It just didn't blow me away.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad song. I would not say it's of all the songs I didn't like. This is not it. So yeah, everyone else, it's okay.
I mean, this one actually decent to me. It was tolerable. It's just talking about, it wasn't about like himself doing some weird like deviantly sexual shit and nothing like that like he done on the other songs. But it was okay for me. The sound was pretty good and the singing was pretty good. The content was just pretty much talking about like an ex or something like that. And but like everybody knows what you did to me or to somebody else. I don't know. It's not worth cutting for me, but it's not also like at the top of my things to come back to this album for at the same time.
Yeah, it's just on here.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, Wait, I read that wrong. What is it?
To My Bed.
To My Bed. I totally wrote it wrong. I was like, wait, that's definitely wrong. Yeah, as I listened to this album, my notes got sloppier and sloppier. So, pre-warning.
Stamina started falling out somewhere, man.
I know. I was like, Alright, I guess I couldn't keep up with the tempo. Quote right there. What I would keep this song. It's catchy. I like the beat. I know the topic is basically like we're not gonna make it to the bed. Okay, I know that.
They're the whole song.
Yeah, and then I like he quoted like some old school R&B song in there, so that caught my attention. I actually liked any time he did that. So little homage being paid right there.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I thought it was a really good song, and I would keep it. What about you?
To My Bed was definitely one of the ones where we spell things out, but this is one of the ones where I gave the exception to, oddly enough, of like sure it's spelling everything out, but like in my head there's certain times where it's like we can find something where it's like it's worth going on that that certain playlist you have for when something's going down, and someone out there's probably gonna enjoy that. I'm not gonna do anything along those lines for anything on this album specifically, but like
yeah.
I'm sure someone out there is gonna find something like in this one too, because I originally thought too like I wasn't even gonna like because I already knew where it was starting off at, but then I ended up finishing the whole song without feeling too bad about it. I'm like, oh, all right, cool, okay, on to the next one. Yeah, and I was okay with that.
His delivery is really good. You can get away with these type of songs if you deliver it really well.
I definitely agree.
Okay, Hope You Do.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So here's my thing about this. He quotes the song "Where I Want to Be" by Donnell Jones, which is a better song.
She's talking about me being shady.
I'm not. I'm just saying what it is. Alright. I don't know if I would keep it or throw it away. It's like in the middle for me. I thought it was good, but I thought the album, if it lost it wouldn't change anything. But it is one of the better songs on the album, so yeah. I thought the lyrics needed to be better. I didn't like the arrangement on the song. But overall, I did love the hip hop beat, and I liked the singing. So, and the chorus for me was the best part of this. What do you think of it?
Oddly enough, this is another one I'd cut. Like I feel like similar to Sip Bomb on this one, and I just spoke about it, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. But yeah, this one wasn't for me.
Okay. Next song, This Ain't. I would cut this shit so quick. You wouldn't even say it happened. I don't like the second part of the record. The whole second part is just no. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. So then it becomes half a song, and then it becomes not worthy of putting on an album. That was my logic. But the beat is really smooth. The lyrics are so horrible. And he did this thing where he had so many runs for no reason. Like, I felt he was trying to, like, I know you can do a run better than a lot of these R&B boys out here. But I don't need to hear it every 5 seconds. It was like 5 words, and it's like, and then he kept doing that through an entire record. I just could not do. So I would cut this. What about you?
This is one of my cuts as well. I feel like, what's crazy? I feel like if I get my like end result album out of these 45 songs after all my cuts, this album will probably be like a B plus A minus range for me, to be honest, yo.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just coming from like not a Chris Brown fan, but like this one is one of my cuts because like he falls back into that category for me. It's like, yo, the song's about fucking not loving, and I'm taking that directly out of the song.
Yeah, it's like this ain't blah blah blah, and then yeah, I remember
that. There you go. Next song.
Pull Up. Mm-hmm. I would cut this too. It was the beat though was on point. I'm not gonna hate. The beat was the best part of this record. But the song is kind of catchy. I could see it being played in like a club or something. But other than that, I don't know. It really didn't do much for me.
For me, I oddly enough thought that you said the beat was good. I thought the beat was like a little overproduced. Like there was like a lot. It was a very busy beat. Like not cuttable worthy because I did end up liking the singing and everything else in here. But like I feel like the beat was just like there were just like so many different layers of
It's
music
distracting.
happening. Yeah.
I'll admit that. Yeah.
Like and I can see it's still being saved by Chris. I think Chris saved the music in his own music, like with the singing, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where the pull up kind of lands for me.
So you'll keep it on the album?
It's worth a keep for me. I'll still keep it though.
Next one, Party. I think I'm only gonna keep it for Usher. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not keeping
Not for Gucci.
No, Gucci. Why were you on this track? I don't understand.
That was kind of a misplaced. Maybe they're friends or something. I don't know.
Very hip hop influence, obviously.
Yeah.
The beat was really good. Chris Brown sounded good. Usher sounded good. Gucci, no. I'm not a Gucci Mane fan, but I could stand some of his songs, but just not this feature. And I'm the type of person, Michael knows this, I'm the type of person who says, oh, Gucci sounds really good when he's featured on songs.
Yeah.
Not his own shit,
right.
but when he's featured on songs, but not this.
Yeah, this one his best showing here. Cause I'd keep it for Chris and Usher here, because it's definitely one of the trashier ones, but I thought it was just another thing with like the delivery, I think saved it.
Yeah.
But then Gucci just sort of took it down for me. Like, I'm not gonna miss the song.
Yeah.
Slash.
All right, next one.
Oh boy.
Sensei.
Cut.
I'm cutting it. So
Cut.
featuring A1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Too repetitive. There's no.
Before you go on, I'm sorry. Where we hear A1 before? We heard of him somewhere else on some other album. On
and I'm pretty sure I didn't like him there either.
Probably not.
So yeah, I would cut him. I would cut this song, Sensei. I understand the topic, I just don't care. Gone. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah. You know what it reminded me of, yo? I literally the entire time was singing Mask Off in my head.
Mask Off.
Sensei. She gonna cut me Sensei. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Mask Off. You motherfucker. You thought you was gonna get away with that shit? Future saw you, bitch. What the fuck?
Yo.
I was just extra mad because like when the chorus hit, I was definitely like, this is Mask Off, dude. I mean, sure, you can say that it was like taking a heavy influence off of it because it definitely wasn't plagiarizing, I guess, but it was Mask Off, but Chris Brown's version.
Same type of flow.
Yeah, definitely the same flow, and definitely. Next one.
Summer Breeze. This is another middle one. If it stayed on the album for me, I wouldn't care. If it left the album, I wouldn't care either. So it's like halfway, but since it's like so in the middle, I probably would cut it. It's very repetitive.
Like a summer breeze.
That's the entire song, and it's it got better though. Like as the song kept going, I was like, all right, you're getting there, and then the song was over, and I was like, well, you didn't make it, but it's okay. What do you think of Summer Breeze?
You see, here's my thing. He didn't use like a typical R&B beat on this one.
He used a pop beat, right?
And yeah, it was like a low-key pop beat, but like here's my thing. I think as far as his singing, I kind of liked it a lot on this song itself.
Yeah.
But then here's what fucked me up. I'm gonna give you one line. I can't get a line quote for quote because I didn't write the whole thing down. But he said it's essentially about him feeling the summer breeze in his face while driving, while getting his dick sucked. And then he talked about one part of the song was like something about the girl can taste my DNA, give her that oh my god. And I was like, oh, you ruined it. You're singing so well. What are you doing, Chris?
Hey, he trying to tell you what it is.
Dude, I was into the song for me. Like this. To be honest with you, I think the sound for Summer Breeze is like definitely unique versus the rest of the album because it took like a different part of his singing and put it on the album. You know, it wasn't like typical R&B. It wasn't typical pop. It wasn't like that weird hip hop thing he was doing or like from fake patois or whatever. But like this one actually sounded like its own unique thing. Except the only thing that wasn't unique about it were the lyrics. So thank you, Chris, for ruining for me. But you know what? Here's my thing. I'm actually not gonna cut Summer Breeze. I'm gonna leave it there only because like the singing was so different from everything else in the album for me. But that's just me though. Maybe you feel some other way. But yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it could stay or leave. It doesn't matter to me. You know what song could leave though? No Exit.
Oh
It could find an exit. Like it's just not. It's not. I don't know. It's forgettable. It's again. This is another song that's decent, But I wouldn't have put this on the album because it ain't really that good.
I'll take it back. I leave no exit. Well, here's why. I know why. Go ahead.
And apparently Michael changed his mind. So
no,
why?
You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of another song. It wasn't No Exit, but we're going to get there, though.
Oh, that song is staying, because I know it is. That has to stay. Like, what are you talking about?
Why did they call it something else on the album? Oh, you know what? I'll get to it. We're going to get there. But yeah, No Exit, I'm actually going to keep. However, I'm going to call out Chris on being kind of a hypocrite here. Because he's talking about how much he needs love and how much like he's a changed man and all this shit. But 40 odd more of your songs on this album is about all this weird shit you're doing in the bedroom, talking about your dick the whole time and shit. I'm like, yo, come on, guy. You don't get to like cry about being such a good guy and like put such an irony on your song and then like say, oh, you know, it's essentially about talking about like how he needs love because like, you know, who he is now wasn't who he was before. I'd like some of this you know, stapled here just so I can like remember to say it here now. But like it sounds good. Don't get me wrong. Cause this one is my problem with Chris himself and not the music itself. That's my thing. If you listen through all the album, you just heard probably what song number we at? Like 20s what?
We're on 20.
Okay, so song 20. We just listened to 19 songs previously about some weird shit you're doing. Summer Breeze was just recent. And you're talking about getting your dick sucked while driving and never gonna taste your DNA. And now you're like, I'm a changed man, yo, I need love.
And he don't stay changed though. like the next song.
The next song, that's what I'm saying. It's a Chris problem, not a song problem. I think the song was actually done very well. I thought he sang very well. It's just the content there is a little ironic for the album. But I wouldn't cut this one though.
All right, this is the one I wouldn't cut, but I know Michael would cut. It's Pills and Automobile, featuring Yo Gotti, A Boogie with the Hoodie, and Kodak Black. Okay, now here's why I won't cut it. Strictly for a commercial hit, I would not cut this song. And I would have definitely cut A Boogie with the Hoodie. Actually, no. I would have cut Kodak Black's part out. I don't like him.
I'm saying a lot for you right now. Did you guys hear
song.
our Kodak podcast? Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's funny. Hey, I'm not a real fan of Kodak Black.
Okay.
That's the only album I listened to, and then like, yeah, and then the only song that I really, really, really remember from the album is Tunnel Vision. That's the only thing I have from him. Other than that, I have not liked any other song he's on. So I'm not a real fan. So Kodak Black fans, don't come at me like I'm a real fan. I'm not. I'm not. Sick Beat. Chris Brown was the best part, and then Yo Gotti, surprisingly, was better than the other two. But it's just a party song. I would keep it for the fact that it's going to be a commercial hit, which is why it is. So that's why I would keep it. It's not the best song, but it's damn sure not the worst song on this album. I guarantee that.
See, here's my thing from a business standpoint. Can't argue with Shanique's opinion here. It's the same for me. This song, I agree, it's gonna be a radio banger, no doubt. Gonna be a club banger, no doubt. Cause like there's not really any substance to the song. It's really just something to make you fun and dance to and shit. That's really what my review for that song is. I ain't gonna spend another 30 minutes talking about it.
Okay. Next song, Hurt the Same. I would keep this one. The only issue is like sometimes I felt he didn't use the beat properly. Like he was singing over the beat instead of singing with the beat. But I like the hip hop influence. I like the little sing rap he did at the end. And it really got catchy as I kept listening to it. What do you think of Hurt the Same?
Hurt the Same I actually really enjoyed too, because I thought like it made a decent like summer hit type of vibe. Like you know how like summer R&B songs came out? That's this is actually like what it sounded to me in my head, yo. And I was like, okay, he did pretty good with this one. The sing rapping was okay for Chris. Like he does that more and more now these days because you know rappers feature him a lot.
Yeah.
So you know it's nothing new to us, but yeah, I thought he did pretty good on Her the Same.
I will also keep I Love Her. Surprisingly. This is another, the return of Chris Brown's Caribbean accent.
Yep.
So
Strike two, Chris.
I like the beat though, and it was really catchy, and it was a fun song, and I like the Caribbean feel of it. So I think good job. Here's
my thing too. It wasn't just Caribbean in this one. I think like there was some like Latino vibe in it as well.
Yep.
I think he was talking about like he was saying dancing in Spanish or something like that. I think it was like bailando or bailar. No, bailando is dancing, but so you're saying dance because you're saying bailar a lot of times in the song. Which I thought he did pretty well. Like it didn't give me like the exact vibe of like Chris Brown and Despacito, but like because obviously he wasn't like singing in Spanish or nothing like that. But
Chris Brown and Despacito. You mean
sorry, Justin Bieber? God damn it. Well, anyways, enjoy your shot. I said it again. But yeah, I thought it was well delivered for the mix. You know what's crazy? One thing about Chris, he actually does all the songs, but he does have like an island theme on it.
Those are the better songs.
As much as I want to hate on them, they're actually some of my favorite ones as well.
Yeah.
Outside my top 5.
All right, next one. You Like. I would keep You Like as well, oddly enough.
Mm-hmm. I'll keep it too.
I like the high notes he hits in this song. I hope that's really him. I couldn't really tell, but if it is, good job on the voice. The chorus, though, is the best part of the song for me. And again, he used a Caribbean beat, but he didn't have the accent, so.
Yeah, he minimized on it because he just realized he used up his quota on the last song, but whatever. He has another one coming anyway.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, You Like I thought was pretty cool too. Another flirty dance song which I really liked because there are points in the song on this album where I was like, Chris, there's like entire like unique playlists you can make out of your own albums, considering you have 45 songs on it, and this is definitely being like the flirty dance type ones. So yeah.
Okay. Next song, Nowhere. I would cut it.
Nowhere. Let me see.
It does not belong anywhere.
This one with Bobblehead. Yeah, this one with Bobblehead in it.
It's not Bob. I didn't understand what he was saying.
We should have looked at the lyrics for that because it definitely sounded like Bobblehead.
It did sound like Bobblehead, but I know he's not saying that. And I didn't understand him. I don't like the sound. I didn't like his singing. I just don't like the song. So no, I would just cut it. I don't know why I was here.
Here's my thing about Nowhere. He focused a lot for me, in my opinion, on just being catchy instead of like actually having a good performance. Like he chose like one string of like music, cut it, and then like just copied and pasted like 40 more times, and then called it a song for me. And that was kind of weird. And I don't know, just the whole bobblehead thing too. It's a mystery. I don't know.
I don't know what he's saying either. All right, next song, Other Nigga. I would cut the song, but the shit is funny as fuck. Like I would cut it, but it's a funny song. He's basically like saying, it wasn't what I expected. I thought he'd say, "Oh, I'm not that other nigga," blah blah blah. He's saying that, but like in the reverse, and I was like, "Oh, why would you want?" Okay, Chris, that's how I felt about the song. It's interesting. I still will cut it, but I found myself laughing at it more than anything, just for the lyrics alone. What do you think of Other Nigga?
See, hear my thing about Other Nigga? It sounds familiar to a lot of like what Chris Brown does. So it's like all the hardcore ones out there who I found that the pattern here is songs like this are kind of ones he have a lot of success with. I'm assuming he probably can't have a lot of success with this one because it can't go on the radio nowhere. But I feel like
he would just do like Bobby Shmurda and say instead of
just be popular on the internet or something like that.
No, you could play it on the radio. It just instead of Hot Nigga, he used Hot Boy.
Oh right, yeah.
So he would have to do that.
Right, yeah. There's going to definitely need to be some kind of like
a clean version.
A clean version or like some kind of amendment to it to like try to fix it. But yeah, what Shanique said, it's about other niggas, making her the way she was. So like Chris is apparently like a blessing to himself. This song, he was definitely stroking his ego for being how good of a person he is, because all the niggas made this girl who he's talking about the way she is. So I'm like, Chris, we need to talk.
I don't know if that applies, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna shade him because
hopefully,
he's hopefully not the same person he was.
Right, like I don't know him day by day, so I can't like
I'm not gonna shade him. He could be that nigga.
Just right, I'm just judging. This is some random guy judging an album here with his opinion. So sure.
Okay, next song, Tough Love. I'm cutting that too. I do not like this song at all.
Same.
It's too busy. Like, the beat is so busy. You can't really focus on the lyrics. And then the arrangement for how he's singing the lyrics is weird, too. I just thought the song was weird. I don't like how it was made, how it was sang, the beat used on it. Just no. Actually, the lyrics didn't bother me. Everything else about the song bothered me.
I'm kind of the same way. I think this was just on album padding. Which is kind of weird for on a 45-song album. But yeah, it was definitely album padding.
Yeah, no. Alright, Paradise. I would keep Paradise. Oh, and funny note, I was trying to figure out Chris Brown's... So I typed in Chris Brown new album on Google, and the first thing comes up, why does Chris Brown new album have 45 songs?
How appropriate.
So, yeah. Just putting that out there. I would keep Paradise. I think he sings the song very smooth. And I like... and it's a very simple song, but it has probably one of the most meaningful lyrics on the entire album.
I agree.
And I like the beat. So yeah, I would keep Paradise.
Yeah, for me, the song was actually like emotionally believable for me. From like coming from Chris. So I was like, the other ones were like talking about yourself being like, this blessing to women and all this other shit. Sure, obviously that was clearly meant to miss the mark. But if you're trying to like appeal to the people who actually like, aren't just gonna fall for anything you send out, I think this is another good one for him to use. Definitely has some smooth singing on this one. I like Chris's sound on this. No problem with Paradise.
All right, Covered in You. This song is okay. I have nothing. This was another forgettable song for me. There's nothing really memorable about it for me. I heard it and then I didn't care about it afterwards, so I was like, okay. But this is not a bad song. There's nothing wrong with his singing. I just think overall it was just blah.
I'm actually
I would cut this one.
I'm weird about this one only because one is Covered in You. Put the context in there however you want. You're probably right. But one thing I will give Chris credit for is that he had a couple of high note runs on this song, which Chris can definitely hit high notes. It's no surprise to anybody. Mm-hmm. But like his high notes runs on this one sounded pretty good to me, especially on the chorus, because pretty much like saying "covered in." I'm not going to chase it down, but like when he says "you," he definitely like goes a couple
I like his notes
above what I'm legally obliged to do. So yeah, his high notes in this one were top notch. I'll definitely give it that.
Okay, another song I will cut even. Only because I don't think it's that great. You know what? I do like the best part is like the chorus where he quotes Michael Jackson's song. I think is "Do You Remember the Time?" Mm-hmm. He quotes that one, but this is a fuckboy song. 100%. He basically about him regretting that he hurt this girl.
And now the girl's trying to get even, and now this is.
She did get even, I thought, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so he's in his feelings.
Yeah.
So other than that, I mean, hey.
Yeah, fuckboy anthem right here.
Exactly. I would still cut this song, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't keep it. What about you?
Same response, to be honest, yo. Fuckboy anthem.
Alright. Next song, definitely cutting. High End, featuring Future and Young Thug. There is nothing good about this song, to be honest. The features... Actually, no. There is something good. Chris Brown himself. Everything else, no. There was one part, I think Mike even saw, I was like... Who's singing now? Young Thug or Future? Because the way they produced it, you couldn't tell the difference. Yeah. Until you, like, really listen and you're like, oh, Future wouldn't say that. That's a Young Thug thing. And I just know. They ruined the song for me, so I can't. Yeah. I would cut this.
That's kind of where I'm at with this one, too. I don't think the features did anything for this song. I feel like Chris Brown probably could have handled this himself. Like, granted the content for the lyrics wouldn't have been much, but at least the performance and delivery probably could have been handled a lot better by Chris than anything else. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this.
Alright, next one. On Me, I would keep this one. It's catchy, obviously nasty because it's Chris Brown. And it has a good beat, and I actually enjoyed the song. So yeah, I would keep On Me.
On Me is actually one of my cuts.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, it's definitely what Shanique said. It falls into that Chris Brown category of spelling everything out. Like, nigga, I can't even see you, but I feel like I know it's happening in Blu-ray right now, like fucking HD shit.
It's a 4K.
Yeah, for real. That's kind of where I'm at, and I'm like, all right, yo, check. Next one.
All right. Tell Me What to Do. Cut it. I would not keep this song. There's too much auto-tune on it. And only thing, I will say this, though. The good thing about the song is the high notes that Chris Brown sings in it, but it's not enough for me to keep it on the album. I still will cut it. What about you?
My favorite part of the song was actually the beat behind all the singing. Yeah. Because it had this weird, like, downbeat going on, where it's like, you know how beats usually, like, build up to something? This one built down. For some reason, was done well. Like, I feel like R&B is probably the best place you can probably find that being done well. Mm-hmm. But, like, I feel like that beat was, one, wasted, but two, very damn good. It's not necessarily a cut for me, but it's not something I'm excited about for this album. I could actually use this as an album pad, for real.
Alright, next one. Frustrated. Too much auto-tune again. Very repetitive, but I do love the chorus, and I like the island beat. Other than that, I would still cut it.
Yeah, see...
He wasted a beat.
Yeah, for real. Like, auto-tune definitely fucked this song for me, too. Because the album vibe I got from it was pretty interesting, too. Like, it's kind of weird that he's coming back to, like, certain patterns that worked for him earlier in the album, and then using them again. Because he's using them right. But then, like, this time he decides his voice is what he wants to make a change to, which is like, Chris, that's like the one thing that will sell your album. Don't auto-tune that shit. So yeah, I thought it was interesting, but not really worth a cut for me. But missed opportunity though, definitely.
All right, next one, Emily.
Hmm.
I think I'm saying it wrong. It's enemy, right?
There
There
you
we go. Excuse my tongue got twisted. I thought oddly enough, even though I would maybe keep this song only because it sounds the most unique on the entire album.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it has like a rock feel to it at some points, and even though again he's cheating again, but
I'm about to say that too.
it sounds the most unique. So I would just keep it just because it sounds really different. And he took a risk with how he arranged it and the beat he used and everything else. But topic, he cheating. What about you?
Yeah, it's pretty much just about like, yo, she was just one night, babe. You're my whole life. Fuck boy, shit going on here. Like, damn, girl, just one time. Shit, you know I love you. Just because I'm putting my dick in something else don't mean you're not special to me. Oh, all right. Okay, now that we got that out of the way.
Yo, that was like a right.
I do agree with Shanique right here. This is definitely I don't want to say the most unique, because my most unique song still actually probably goes to Summer Breeze. Granted, the lyrics were kind of garbage for me, but I do see this being one of the standouts though.
Yeah,
definitely not worth cutting. Definitely worth taking a look at. But it's along the Chris Brown line, so Chris Brown fans will definitely fucking want to fall all over it.
All right, next song that we haven't talked about is "Runaway." It was okay. I could either keep it or not, to be honest. It's one of those songs that I really thought was okay, and I liked how you sound, I liked the beat they use, but it didn't like blow me away. It's not memorable at all to me on this album.
This is actually one of the ones I liked. Like
yeah, it's not a bad song.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying because I feel like he had a decent amount of life in this one. Where like his R&B game was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I had no problem with that. His singing was interesting as well. Like is one of, not necessarily one of the normal topics, obviously, but I just thought it was like a good run for him. Like coming toward the end of the album too, I thought that it needs one of these.
Yeah.
Huh?
It was funny enough. I thought the last 5 songs on this album were really good. Oddly enough.
Yeah. Right here. I have an opinion on one certain one of them, but I feel like everything else here though, for the rest of the album, works pretty well.
Yeah. Ready Whip. Catchy, obviously dirty lyrics, double meaning in the song for what Ready Whip means. But I like his little sing rap. I like how it sounds, and I think it would be a good radio hit. So yeah, I would keep Ready Whip. What are you?
Definitely fall in line with the Chris Brown formula here, but like it falls in line well for him. Like he does what. Like, it's just because I bitch about the Chris Brown formula, don't mean the Chris Brown formula is bad. Because clearly the guy's been doing music for like over a decade and change. What?
Oh yeah, he has been.
Yeah, since we were in probably middle school, probably. Because what, 2007? Probably about a decade then.
Yeah, it had to be when. No, I thought elementary school.
Maybe even more. Let's see. Right, we can fact check that for you right now, and it doesn't tell us.
It's fine.
Oh no, it doesn't tell us. Never mind. Let me see here. 2007 is the earliest one we find.
Yep, I guess 2007.
Okay, alright, so yeah, okay, just about a...
No, that's not his first album. His first album is the one with Run It. That's exclusive.
Back over here.
No. Anyway.
No, I'm sorry, right here, sorry, this one.
Yes, 2005. That's how long
he's been doing. 05, okay, so yeah, like
12 years.
Forgot what I was saying, but I know something about his formula here. He does that well. Yeah. And that's kind of his saving grace here, because like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's kind of what I got from it. Not my favorite song, obviously, but I can see why it's worth being on a Chris Brown album.
Hangover. This is another song I thought was a pretty good party song, and I would keep it strictly for that reason only. I thought out of all the party songs, I thought it was one of the better executed ones. I don't like the topic per se, but I do like how he sounds and how he I guess, the final product. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what do you think of Hangover?
I have a similar opinion on this one, like I did on Ready Whip. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Chris Brown formula for falling in line.
Okay. Second to last song is Only For Me, featuring Ty Dolla $ign and Verse Simmons. I like the beat. I like the features, oddly enough. Mm-hmm. I actually like Ty Dolla $ign better than Chris Brown on this record.
Interesting.
And I thought it was a really good collab. So overall, I think he finishes the album pretty strong. If you count only the last 5.
Right.
If you count the last 10, maybe not.
Right.
But Yeah, what do you think of Only For Me?
I thought it was a unique combination of people here. Like I know we also heard of Verse Simmons somewhere else. And I think when we did cover him, we liked him. I'm forgetting where the hell he was.
I'm pretty sure he was the Gorillaz album.
Him and A1 both on Gorillaz?
No, A1 was not on Gorillaz. I think A1 was on maybe Kodak's or another rapper's album. But I know Verse Simmons is definitely Gorillaz.
Okay, alright, then I can believe that then. But yeah, I liked everyone's performance on the song actually. Coming toward the closing of the album here, it's like the only showing I believe with features. I believe I don't think the next one has any features, right?
No.
Right. So yeah, I think it's a good showing for the features here, which is kind of weird since it was kind of spotty in certain places, but at least he brought it together in the end.
All right, last final song, Grass Ain't Greener. When I first heard the song, I was like, bruh, no. But second listen, I took my time with it, and I actually enjoyed it 10 times more than I did the first time. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was a good closer for this album. I think he closed the album on one of the better songs on the album. So yeah, Grass is Greener. I would take a listen to that. What do you think of Grass Ain't Greener?
Now, full disclaimer, guys. When I listened to the song, I knew it was song 45. So I was probably happy for that alone.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you right now, this whole
album was hard.
Album was a marathon, man. But my happiness got overtaken by by me actually being impressed because I actually liked the song. Chris Brown does fall into the little, semi-rapping phase into the last song here.
But it worked, in my opinion.
He did it well. Like he does that pretty well almost everywhere. So he did that well. I think that's the only unique thing that came out of the album of the song. But even though everything was just good sounding, like it's a good Chris Brown song. It's not one of the ones where everything's over descriptive. It was just a good showing for a last song. Granted, I would have put. There's a lot of good options here for the last song to be. But I feel like considering beyond the last 5, things got a little weak. So I feel like it's a good time the last 2 or 3 songs worked out pretty well. Especially since we skipped over it again, but Yellow Tip was in the back somewhere, and Yellow Tip helped me finish out the album on a good note.
It almost killed me. So.
Right? Yeah, we already heard her opinion on that.
But
I have 2 songs in my top 5 you really hate. Yellow Tape.
I can't even handle it. I really can't handle that song. But anyway, we're at the ending. Closing remarks. I still say check out the album, but I don't.
Small doses, please.
Yeah, don't listen to this all the way through. It's a lot, and a lot of it ain't that great. But I think it's still worth listening to. I would stream this. I wouldn't buy this though. I'm gonna be really honest. Buy some of the songs, not all of them. Damn sure not all of them. What about you?
You know what's crazy? Overall, granted, after I get over my bitching about the 45 songs, I think it's actually a good showing for Chris. Cause he hit almost every kind of sound that Chris could hit, unless he's trying to do another Michael Brown.
Michael Brown? What?
Michael Jackson tribute, which is that's the only kind of different sound he could even have. But I feel like he hit every potential sound he could possibly have, though. Good or bad, for better or worse, that's kind of where I'm impressed with it.
Did he do any ballads?
There weren't any ballads. You're right. I feel like he missed
one. He did. Yeah. But I don't know if he has the voice for it.
I feel like he could.
He could. I mean, those high notes he hit. Yeah, he showed he can
do it. Those high notes, he can definitely hit whatever note.
He just have to take it down and actually really just sing a song.
But yeah,
but I don't think he's that type of person.
No, it's not even that. My thing is
not person, wrong word. Artist. I should have said artist.
That probably falls in what I'm about to say. Because I feel like this album kind of falls in line with all these bitches and hoes and sex and shit. So I feel like if he used his voice on actually singing something, one, he'd have to get out of the realm of all that shit he was singing about before, what he always sings about, which he does well. No shade there. I'll give you credit there. However, if you're gonna show a song where you show your voice off, you're gonna have to probably switch up the content there, yo. I feel like that'll probably be the one thing that can probably spice it up. Cause you have 45 songs here, yo. You may as well hit everything you can hit. And kudos to Chris too. I know artists work hard on just 13 song albums. I don't know what the fuck you went through for 45 songs.
Yeah.
I'm about to click that link that asks why you have 45 songs on your album, dog. But it's okay. That's kind of my closing remarks.
Okay. So, guys, I think we're going to close out this podcast. Do you agree with us? Do you think we're too hard on it? Do you think we're too easy? Or we just straight up wrong? Y'all was smoking. Do you think this album just trash? Or do you think it's really good? Apparently Privacy went platinum.
Interesting.
Hey, my number 2.
Oh man.
Anyway, But yeah, let us know what you think. You could tweet us at Echo U Podcast, and we would like to hear from you guys there. You can also follow us, of course, on Twitter at Echo U Podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes, Facebook, YouTube, all under Echo Underground Podcast, and we're on any other podcasting apps, including Castbox and Podcast Republic, at the same name at Echo Underground Podcast. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
See ya.